Oh my god.
Lightning and thunder.
That's looking really weird on the audio bar there. Hey!
Halloween!
That's the holiday of the year. It happens every October.
But it's not till next week, in reference to when this episode's coming out. But oh well.
We don't give a shit. I bought a scythe.
Halloween is a great
I
holiday.
bought a scythe. I bought eye makeup. I'm going to be painting my eyes black.
That's weird. Well, I'm shaving my head again, so...
That's even weirder.
Nah. Commitment. Hey guys! Welcome to a spooky cast!
Oh, man. Hey, it's just me and Truman again.
Yeah, but we're in a haunted castle.
Actually, we're just in my room, my bedroom.
The haunted castle.
Out of the living room because Kymie's sleeping.
He's sleeping. It's pretty scary.
Okay, let me tell you guys something.
Have we even said who we are?
I'm Phil.
I'm Truman, and it's the Chatmen. This is the holiday special podcast.
Would you enunciate your words more?
Nah.
Enunciate them.
It's the holiday podcast.
It is Halloween also.
Halloween special!
Calm your shh.
Hey, I'm excited. I love me some Halloween. But I didn't as a kid.
Listen, I gotta tell you something. But Halloween every year, it's great and stuff, except for the corpses and all that.
It's the best part.
But the thing is, I can't eat candy with all that stuff in the air. I'd like to talk about tombstones and squallows and just like... I put like candy in my mouth and I'm just like,
What's the best brand of pizza to eat for Halloween?
What?
Tombstone pizza. It's a frozen pizza variety. Get you some. It's actually pretty good. My grandma likes it a lot.
Hey.
This episode of the Chatmen is sponsored by Tombstone Pizza.
Not without my permission.
I got a sponsor for 14 candy corn.
Oh, shit. That's more than we've ever got before.
Well, this one time I got 4 candy corn.
Hey, guys. What are we going to talk about first, Truman? You have all this.
I've got some discussion topics, Phil, that I want, the kind of questions, but not really.
Hey. You talked about a movie that you watched.
We'll get to that. I was trying to segue into it earlier when I said, as a kid, I didn't like Halloween. Phil, do you have any memorable Halloween moments from your childhood? Now's the time. Let me know all about them.
Okay, I remember one time I was a pirate for Halloween.
That's cool.
Somebody stole my sword.
Yeah.
My cutlass.
How ironic, because pirates are thieves.
I know. And I was so sad, and people also stole my candy. They scared me, and I fell in I dropped my candy, and I tried to scoop some back up, but the people just kept walking toward me with those scary gorilla masks, and I was like, I gotta get out of here, and I did. Ever since then, my parents were like, no props.
Nope.
No props. And I never was able to get a scythe, which was my lifelong dream.
That's it.
I just wanted a scythe for Halloween, and I bought one. It was only $2.97 at Walmart, at your local supermarket.
The one-stop shop. God, this is just like there? Sponsorship.
Listen,
cast.
You go there, you go to Walmart and you see that scythe, and I told Truman, I said, man, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. I thought that I was going to make a pun there about Grim Reaping.
It was more like, oh, look at this. Wait a minute. How much is this? $2.97. Tossed it in the cart.
Yeah, that was okay. Well, I thought.
So you don't have like a particularly spooky like imprint on your brain. Halloween.
Okay. There's like a haunted house mansion.
Haunted house mansion.
I was walking through it. There were some guys who were roasting heads on a stick thing that they were rotating it over a fire.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that's kind of creepy.
Really creepy.
But then a guy jumped out of like a hedge with a chainsaw and he revved it up and he said, Well, he didn't say anything. He laughed, and I ran.
Sounds pretty good.
It was really scary.
Was it?
I think he was a clown, but I'm not sure.
I'm going to side tangent real quick. What's the scariest prop you've seen in like a haunted house or on the internet or anything like that?
Always chainsaws. Chainsaws are scary.
There was one time, tangent to the tangent, but it doesn't matter. We're just gonna remember things. I was in Boy Scouts, and every Halloween we would go, and I would go with the Boy Scouts, and we would do a spook walk for the little Cub Scouts.
Oh.
And we rigged all these like apparatus. We had a big dummy that would like fall out of a tree on a noose and like swing at them. That was really cool. We would jump out and scare them. But then the last year we did it, I went to Goodwill and bought me a bunch of I don't know if you heard that.
Wasn't us.
I bought a bunch of colorful clothes. Didn't match. I had like a checkered rainbow windbreaker and a paisley vest.
Yep.
Face paint. Clown face paint.
Yep.
Got a chainsaw. Took the chain off of it so I could actually like chase people down with it.
Yeah.
And these little Cub Scouts are, this is so fun. Yeah, it's not scary. Turn the corner. There's me. Just and they're like, ha ha ha, and then I just ran at them with it, and I chased them. It was great.
That's fantastic.
It was great. That picture's on Facebook somewhere. Maybe I'll slap it up in the video so you guys can see me with the chainsaw.
Okay, so here's one thing that happened very recently.
Okay, let me hear.
Let's get about a fair warning for everybody who's listening, because apparently at a haunted house in Los Angeles recently, somebody went into a haunted house mansion with a chainsaw, killed 9 people.
Whoa, that's really crazy. I heard a different story about like the world's most insane haunted house, where you pay $2,000 and they essentially lock you in a room for 48 hours, and they got you in like a Fear Factor head tank thing.
No.
And they like force stuff on you and you can't leave. You sign a waiver that says, for 48 hours, I will stay in this room.
No.
Nobody has made it through the whole 48 hours.
How can they not leave?
Because everybody feels bad that they're like crying.
Okay.
Just please let me out.
Okay, yeah.
But that's insane. People are crazy.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I was going to tell you...
Do they refund them some money?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Pee pants. That's it. Got your money was worth. Peach pants. And cried. I was watching this video once, talking more about special effects for Halloween fun houses.
Yeah.
It was like this mannequin, looked like a normal guy, and then he just like falls backwards at the knees, Matrix style. Mm-hmm. And then his hands like hit the ground, and his head turns around.
Oh.
So he's like staring people down, doing like a crab walk, and you can like chase people down. It was like an RC that somebody was running.
Oh, cool.
It was crazy animatronics.
Remote control for those of you who are technologically inclined.
I was watching a video on YouTube. I think it was like Disney World or something, where for their holiday night, Halloween night. And it was scary as shit. And I was 1,000 miles away watching it on YouTube. And I was like, holy fuck, that's so scary. Yep. The other one I saw, and I actually read some comments about somebody who experienced it. Imagine you're in a spook house, and you're at the end, you open this door, just a big, empty, dark room. And at the other end, there's a solitary light over an old lady sitting in a chair, just hanging out. And once you get close enough, they trigger it. And it's got this, those little clappy, you like pull your hands together and they like Frankie's arm thingy. I don't know how to explain it.
Extendo punch.
Yeah, one of those extendo punches where it's got little like
and it's got
diamonds.
A boxing glove at the end.
Well, imagine one of those, but like a mannequin's
like
at the end.
Jack in the Box, huh?
Imagine one of those, but it's like the animatronic is at the end of it.
Oh.
So it like flies out of the chair, cackling and screaming, like hands out.
Oh.
And it like shoots like 30 feet at whoever comes in the room. It was cool.
That sounds pretty scary.
So that's cool things. But let's bring it back. I was going to also tell you about my scariest Halloween memory as a kid, Phil. So, I'm young. I can't be older than 8. And my parents thought it was a good idea, instead of going house to house like normal kids, let's just go to the nursing home because they're giving out candy too and nobody goes and sees them. So let's be good people and go to the nursing home on Halloween when I'm like 8.
Like, let's be great people and
Yeah.
make our children have a not fun time.
I was like, oh, I don't want to go to the nursing home. I want to go to the houses and get real candy. But let me tell you, it was the most frightening trick-or-treating experience ever. Because imagine being a little tiny kid.
Yeah.
I say 8, but I was probably younger than 8. And you just walk into a room and you can hear the little respirator like clicking on and off.
Oh,
and then this little old hand reaches out and it's like, come on over. I'm just like, I don't want to. And my dad, my mom would push me for, get your candy. And it's just like a very old, very sick, elderly person. I feel bad because of how monstrous they seem to me. Just reaching their little, just shaking hand out and giving me a little butterscotch candy or something, just dropping it in my little pail. Oh my god, that was the worst. I hated it so much, Bill. It was so scary.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, so if you've got kids, or you just want to hang out with your friends, old people, they still enjoy trick-or-treating. They just can't get out of their nursing rooms. So you gotta go to the nursing home on Halloween and
scare the shit out of your children.
It was bad. I was very scared.
I remember there was like something that the Tulsa Zoo was holding one time back when I lived in Tulsa.
Yeah.
And it was whatever. There was a lot of strobe lights, and I couldn't really see. It was like when you blink over and over again.
Yeah.
And
it was like a strobe light.
There's some creepy like witches and stuff. And then like some Dracula just jumps out from behind a coffin and goes, "Boo!" And that made me lose my shit. I remember I let out a piercing scream, and I ran out, eyes full of tears.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to go home. I want to go home. I was Godzilla for Halloween.
Of course.
I was American Godzilla because I was stupid.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
Yeah, but I mean that was the only costume that they could get, of course. But anyway, I ran out of there crying, and that was it. That was that year of Halloween. I remember one Halloween I got that little muscle man, as I call him, but it was like, it turned out Truman recognized him as Gil from Street Fighter.
Yeah, Guile. It was Guile.
That was in preschool that I got that guy. That's probably the oldest.
You had like a little McDonald's Guile. Tiny Guile.
Yeah. And I didn't even know.
Sonic Boom.
So many years. I just called him Muscle Man. Yeah. And then Truman was like, that's
I was like, oh hey, there's a little Guile toy in here.
And I was like, what are you talking about? And he showed me a picture and I was like, holy shit. Okay.
Next thing I want to ask you, Phil, I got a question for you. Out of all the classic, like, universal monsters, you got the Draculas, you got your Frankenstein monsters. What's your favorite of the classic, conventional Halloween monsters?
Like how they look?
What's your favorite? It can be the
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
It's pretty cool.
Because I really like fishmen.
Yeah.
I like fish people. I like fish lizard people. Fish frog lizard people.
Yeah.
They're cool. And that's it. I always liked them since I was a kid. I just looked at him and I was like, that's my hero.
Yeah.
He escapes the waters. He gets what he wants.
Yeah. Beautiful women.
And then
drowns them.
Then that's it.
That's it.
And it's like, what are you gonna do?
So you don't like the Wolfman?
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
The Wolfman is cooler than like most other werewolves.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the ones who turn into full wolves is no. It's like, fuck you.
Teen Wolf. That's a pretty good movie.
Fuck you.
I like Teen Wolf.
I don't know what Teen Wolf is.
It stars Marty McFly, and it's about a kid who turns into a werewolf and then plays basketball for his high school basketball team.
Okay, well,
it didn't have Marty McFly, it'd be a really horrible movie.
Okay, well,
monsters.
I haven't seen the original Dracula. I haven't seen the original Frankenstein. I just saw Young Frankenstein.
That's a good movie, though.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I haven't seen The Mummy, which I think is the other Universal thing.
Yeah.
And then there's the creature from the Black Lagoon, and like what, Phantom of the Opera or something.
He's pretty cool.
There's like 5 or 6 main guys.
I mean, if you went to like, if
Where
you were to say
Wolfman, Mummy,
if you were gonna say zombie, I would have taken that as well, or maybe even Little Green Men. Those have been in horror movies before.
Yeah.
Not just like the generic stock Little Green Man. I'm always torn on
creature
what
from
my
Black
favorite
Lagoon
is. I'm always torn because I think Frankenstein's monster. Let's be correct here.
Yeah, let's not be stupid.
Even though if somebody says Frankenstein's a monster, they're correct because the Dr. Frankenstein was a monster.
Yeah,
a person.
There's some idiots who are just like, oh, but Frankenstein's monster is Frankenstein's son, so it's his last name Frankenstein. It's Adam Frankenstein.
No.
I'm like, no, listen, you're wrong.
I think neck bolts are cool.
I don't understand why.
I think that was like they clipped him to the lightning rod with the neck bolts. Something like that.
Kept them in there?
Sure, why take them out? They look cool. Also, Frankenstein's got a really square head, and I think that's really neat. It's like a cube.
Yeah.
But too many people like Frankenstein, so I was like, you know who's cool?
Frankenstein's monster.
You know who's cool? Dracula. Dracula's really cool.
A lot of people like Dracula.
But he is one suave motherfucker.
Let me tell you something. That Widow's Peak, no one can pull it off except for that man.
Let's think about it. Like, witches are old, nasty old ladies sitting in huts in the swamp.
By themselves.
Dracula is sitting in a nice smoking lounge, like in a chair. He's got his cool cowl. He's drinking some sort of like brandy or something, reading a book. And then you come in and he's just like, you did wrong. I suck your blood now. And then he kills you, and he's immortal, and he's really cool. So he's really neat. But, you know, the Mummy doesn't get any love.
Yeah, because it's just some...
I like the Mummy.
Okay, so basically, the Mummy is a zombie that is strictly Egyptian in origin.
Yeah, neat.
Wrapped in cloth, sometimes.
Yeah.
When it's not,
it's like a dried up zombie.
Yeah.
Actually, imagine a really buff Dracula wrapped in toilet paper with neck bolts. Coolest one. It's like all 3 of them put together.
Oh, shit. Can he also have fins and breathe underwater?
I was going to say full moon, he transforms, but into a fish man rather than a werewolf.
How about a hairy fish man?
A hairy fish man.
That's...
perfect.
We did it, guys.
Did it.
This is it. We're making this movie.
So
it's going to be called... All right, let's get this organized in our heads real quick. The
curse.
The curse
of Dr.
Draculastein.
We got part of him in there.
From the Black Lagoon.
There we go. The Curse of Dr. Draculastein of the Black Lagoon.
Of the Transylvagia.
No, we've already got Dracula in there. We're good.
Oh.
Really, if we were going to put any more, it would be the Mummy. The Mummy doesn't have a great representation.
I thought that was a curse.
Oh, maybe. Okay, yeah.
Who knows? Hey, guys.
Draculastein.
Draculastein.
The Curse of Dr. Draculastein of the Black Lagoon.
Where was the Wolfman in there?
I don't know.
Wolf.
Played by Lon Chaney Jr., who played Wolfman. Close enough.
Did he play Wolfman?
Yeah, the original Wolfman's Lon Chaney Jr.
Okay. I thought he was in... no, I got that wrong.
Boris Karloff is Frankenstein.
No, I was about to say...
I think... Don't quote me on that. He may actually be Dracula. No, I'm thinking... I haven't watched very many classic Universal movies. But talking about movies...
I was thinking A Werewolf in London. American Werewolf in London. That's what I was thinking of. I was just like, wait,
best werewolf movie.
That was not Lon Chaney. Actually, I did a speech on that. Huh?
Best werewolf movie is Teen Wolf. But not that shitty drama.
I really want to see. I want to see the movie Dog Soldiers. I heard that's really freaking cool. It's the best werewolf movie of all time. It's always ranked #1. We should watch Dog Soldiers sometime, Drew.
I had my fill of dogs recently. But talking about movies, Phil. What we talked about your favorite monster movie, but what is your favorite? And this is a very generous, There's a lot of things within it.
Yeah.
Favorite Halloween or movie with Halloween elements. So it could have monsters in it. It could be like a straight up Halloween movie. It could be a classic Universal monster movie. What's your favorite Halloween themed movie or something that has Halloween elements? I see you eyeing some Godzilla, but I don't know. You'll have to justify a Godzilla movie.
You said okay. Okay.
If you can do it, do it.
I'm not gonna try and justify Godzilla because that's just a given. Godzilla's the best monster of all time.
Yeah, he is a really good monster.
Okay. That being said, best monster movie? I really like Night of the Living Dead as like old and weird and cryptic. And
you ever watched
cryptic?
You ever watched Return of the Night of the Living Dead?
Huh?
Have you ever watched Return of the Night of the Living Dead?
I just saw Night of the Living Dead with the ghouls and stuff. They're not even zombies. But
Return of the Night of the Living Dead is a sequel that they made in the 80s. I watched it with Ryan Grubus, and it's got Tarman. If you guys look up Tarman, he's this zombie that's like covered in sludge, and he's really cool.
Oh man!
Practical effects.
I'm gonna see that. I want to see that.
But that movie's really good.
I saw Night of the Living Dead, and it was just like, hey, this is where all the inspiration of the boarding up your homes and stuff like that came from, in video games and stuff, and it just I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was cool.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I like that one.
See, my answer to this question is...
it was a tough choice between that and Vampire Dog. Just kidding.
Ghost Cat.
Fuck.
We haven't even watched
Vampire Dog.
Vampire Dog.
Go to the part 2 of episode 27 in order to see how that went down. When you're ready.
See,
not right now.
I feel really bad saying my favorite Halloween themed movie because obviously it's Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I hate when people go to my favorite movie is Nightmare Before Christmas. It is a good movie.
Pick an actual Halloween movie.
That is an actual Halloween movie.
No, it's a Christmas
the king
movie.
of Halloween.
It's Christmas.
Best Christmas movie is Die Hard.
It gets.
Okay.
Listen, it's got to have like a dark ending in order for it to be a Halloween movie. It doesn't have.
No,
to.
because
I'm making up rules.
Yeah,
I'm making up rules.
I'm not satisfied with Nightmare, but really, Nightmare hits all my boxes. It's got great music and stop motion. It's Tim Burton. I was like, three really good things for me. Ghostbusters. Ghosts.
There you go.
Good movie.
Yep. I was about to sing the theme song, but I realized I had Men in Black. Here comes Men in Black at the top of my lips, and I was like, that's not how it goes. But anyway.
So, one more thing. I rewatched a movie I really loved as a kid that was Halloween themed.
Oh.
Rewatched it last night.
Oh.
Let me tell you about it a little bit. Phil, have you ever watched a little movie called Ernest Scared Stupid?
Get out of my house.
What?
I saw that a long-ass time ago.
Yeah.
Was that the one about the trolls?
Yes.
God damn it! That stupid movie.
It is stupid.
That is the dumbest.
It's
oh
an
my
Ernest
God.
movie. And it did not age very well, first of all.
It was, what was it? It was Milk?
Milk, yeah.
Milk kills the trolls.
Actually, it's Mother's Love kills the...
Yeah, and then he kisses it, and there's a string of saliva from his mouth to it, and he's like, ew, and then I just remember that as a kid.
Ernest movies are a weird thing. They're not like a lot of movies.
He reminds me of Mike Rowe.
Oh, yeah, I can see
Mike
that.
Rowe.
Yeah, it reminds me of Mike Rowe.
Yeah.
Like a thinner micro, kind of like a micro.
Oh, shit.
Let me tell you about...
there was a video, there's a picture, and it's like, I'm Mike Rowe, and I'm micro, and this is Mike Rowe, and there's this little crow, and it's like, Row!
Yeah.
It's great.
So, I still found Ernest Scared Stupid enjoyable after all these years. It's not a good movie at all. It's got the same thing Vampire Dog did, where like everybody looks really weird. Like people's proportions are strange and hard to look at.
Hey, you wanna go down to Arkansas and get all the
There's a kid.
All the inbred kids.
There's a kid that looks like, imagine a pear, but like the top round part is his head. That's like his body shape.
So he's a pumpkin.
He's kind of a pumpkin. And he was the bully, even though he was like the fattest, dumbest looking kid. Which doesn't... He'd be the one everybody would pick on. Some of the jokes...
Or pick from the pumpkin patch. Oh, shoot.
The weird... You remember Ernest does that thing where he does, like, a lot of characters and they, like, talk to each other very rapidly?
I don't remember, dude.
Where
it was a long time
he'll
ago.
be, like,
I was like...
a guy on the safari and then there'll be a lady
must have
from
been,
Boston.
like, 5.
And those parts are not good. Those do not age out well. That weird Ernest thing, not good. But some of his jokes were actually pretty funny.
Okay. Does Pee-wee's Big Adventure seem like a Halloween movie to you?
No, not at all.
It just kind of does.
It's just a quirky, like some. I could see how people would maybe think like Beetlejuice could be a Halloween movie, but it's not really. I mean, there's ghosts.
If there's paranormal stuff,
yeah, it's just quirky, weird.
Is that not what Halloween is, though?
I don't
quirky
know.
And weird. Because sometimes it's really not scary.
I don't classify Beetlejuice and Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure as
probably not
Halloween.
Pee Wee Herman, but I'm just like thinking, I could see that coming up, like on Halloween night.
Yeah,
on TV.
I mean, if you want to sit down and watch Beetlejuice, it's a really good movie. Michael Keaton's best movie.
I remember the first time I saw Godzilla vs. Mothra was on Halloween.
Oh yeah.
When they were doing a monster movie marathon. So perhaps that could be seen as a Godzilla movie in my eyes because of that. But
We keep cutting. I think Phil just wants to get off the subject because he hates it. Ernest is a 4.5, maybe 5. I'm being really generous, but it was enjoyable. So if you want to have some nostalgia, like I did, and it's Halloween, find yourself a copy of. It doesn't have to be Ernest Scared Stupid. It could be something else.
Like Vampire Dog.
Like Vampire Dog?
Don't watch that movie, guys. Don't. For the love of God, for the love of dog, please.
Okay, so I think we should end this part pretty quick. I gave Phil an assignment, and we're going to see what happens in part 2.
Oh, yeah.
Spooky Town.
We just go on Reddit and look up a couple stories. That's what we did. I'm going to tell him.
In part 2 tomorrow.